Hi everyone, and welcome back to another video. So today I'm doing a video that is not based on EDPM, but a video that will seek to speak to all teachers in general, especially teachers in my country, Jamaica, where we are required to do an e-portfolio, right? An electronic portfolio. So here in this video, I will seek to explain how to set up your e-portfolio. Now, this information, well, as you know, it was created by myself, but Mrs. Stephanie Blair Allen, a teacher from my institution, also contributed to some of the content here. So we start off by looking at what is an e-portfolio. It says that an electronic portfolio refers to a teaching portfolio that is available online. So no longer are we dealing with hard copy information. The government of our country now wants us to be more versatile in our approach as educators. And so we are now called upon as teachers to present an electronic portfolio. Now, it is a reflective summary that discloses a teacher's approach to various teaching practices and their involvement with parents and their community in a structured way. And so this portfolio is one that will seek to reflect on things that you have done as a teacher and place it in the portfolio, right? And speak about it. And you're required to speak about it in such a manner that when someone reads it, or goes through your portfolio, they are able to decipher the various teaching practices that you use, as well as the level of involvement that you have with your students, your parents, and the community in general. Now, what site should I use to create my e-portfolio? Maybe you're one of those persons who are asking that question. Now, according to the Ministry of Education and the Jamaica Teaching Council, the preferred site to use to create your e-portfolio is known as Google Sites. How do you get to Google Sites? Just simply type sites.google.com in your URL, right? And this will take you to where you need to go. Now, please note that there are some schools that will give you a school account, but a school account cannot be used because when you create your e-portfolio, you will be required to share this link with other persons external to your institution. And so when you share the link, persons external to your institution cannot access your school account. All right. And so it is preferred that you use your personal Gmail account. And if you do not want to use your personal Gmail account, you are free to create a Gmail account for this purpose. Okay. Now, what do you do when you get on Google Sites? When you get on Google Sites, you're required to 1, create a new account. 2, create the different pages that you will need in your portfolio. And once you have done that, then you will use your level of creativity to bring everything together. I have here, you can use something known as canva.com to assist you with this process. And throughout the video or towards the end of the video, I will show you briefly my e-portfolio and also give you a glimpse of what or how I use Canva to get some content to put in my e-portfolio. Now I have your note. Our teacher performance appraisal uses a rubric with 6 guiding principles to award an overall grade to each teacher. The elements that should be included under these 6 principles are listed below. Now, please note also that when you go on Google Sites, the guiding principles will be the main heading for each section, and the elements that you will see below, right, will form your subheadings. So here we go. So the first one says guiding principle 1. Teacher knows the subject that he or she teaches. Now, you can write that, but you can also personalize it. Guiding principle 1, Diedre-Ann knows the subject that she teaches, right? Or teacher knows the subject that she teaches or he teaches based on your gender. So you can fix it up a bit to suit your liking, to add your little flavor to it, right? Now, there are many elements that should be here. Now, what I would say is that with these guiding principles, because based on the appraisal document, right, it is important that you will have as many of these guiding principles as you possibly can, because if you zoom in on all of these, then getting the full mark on your appraisal will not be a problem. So at the beginning or the initial stage of creating this e-portfolio will be a challenge, but after the teething process, it will be easier as time progresses, because all you will be required to do is just update it with new content. Okay, so I have here that you need, under guiding principle 1, or in the e-portfolio, rather than writing out guiding principle 1, which is a bit lengthy, you can shorten it and say GP1. All right, so we have here, you will need your action plan. You will need, or assessment plan. You will need any, and remember now that this is evidence-based, okay? So you will need any awards, academic certificates, or records of professional development that you have been to. So each school is required each term to have professional development sessions, right? So if you get anything, any certificate or anything of the sort at a professional development session, we call them PDs, or you have any academic certificates, right, based on your level of study, etc., any awards, you can place them here. Sample of students' work, your teaching timetable for the school year, your lesson plans, which is a must, students' grade, and I have here, or play life grade. Now, play life is a system that we use at my institution to distribute reports to students. So teachers will go on play life, insert all grades, and reports are generated. So I know that each institution may have a similar system. So whatever system you use within your institution, that is what I'm talking. So if you do not have your students' grade in your grade book and you have it electronically, then you can copy it electronically and place it in your e-portfolio. All right, so you will need evidence of your qualifications, the syllabi that you use, your class goals. Now, as a teacher, you must have a goal for your class each school year. It can't be that you go in a classroom and you just teach, teach, teach. You must have something to measure yourself by, or to measure your students by at the end of a period. So you must set goals, right? Any positions that you have held, you put it there. Reference list of books that you use in class. So you'll need a reference list of all the books that you use to teach your subject area. Copy of your appraisal document. And I have here across subject areas. So here I have, you can show how your subject is linked to other subjects. And I'll show you something similar in a bit. And then I have your Ministry of Education strategic objectives. And finally, behavior modification techniques. Now I said here in italic that photographs and videos should be included where possible and briefly explained. Because you're giving a reflective piece, it is always good to put pictures and videos, make your portfolio come alive. And then you say a little sentence, what this is about, what this picture is saying, everything like that, if necessary. All right, so that is GP1. We move now to GP2. It says teacher knows how to teach the subject or subjects for which he or she is responsible. So again, you can personalize this. Diedre knows how to teach EDPM, or Diedre knows how to teach EDPM and IT, right? Or I know how to teach the subjects for which I'm responsible. You can fix it however you want to your liking. Here you will need copies of your marks book. And so you know that the marks book, right, for some of us know that will be, what they call it, hard copy. So if we have anything hard copy, you will be required to put that in soft copy. Well, scan it and upload it electronically. All right. Logbook. This is another. So we'll have logbooks. For me, what I tend to do now as it relates to my logbook is to do one electronically. All right. Then I have attendance register, assessment rubric, sample of lesson plan highlighting instructional approach, Google Classroom. So if you use Google Classroom, you can do a screen recording of that Google Classroom and explain what is happening in your various classes. Okay. classroom observation or class visit sheet, student questionnaire. You can devise a questionnaire and give that to your students at the end of each term, for example, to get a little feedback as to what they think about your teaching strategies, etc., and to know how to improve moving forward. All right, differentiation strategies, action research. We should try to do at least one action research for the school year. You can do it as an individual or you can also do it as a group. Action plan, and you saw this coming out in GP1, and you realize that many of some of the things are overlapped, right, in the various GPs. All you need to do is to just put a link, right, action plan in GP2. When the person clicks on that, then you have a link to take you to the action plan in GP1. Online tools used, I have your Kahoot, quizzes, live worksheets, etc. ICT devices that you use, right? So any form of technology that you use. Microsoft, obviously, you use Microsoft Word, PowerPoint, all these things. Yes. Videos, handles that you created, these are ICT devices. Class target, theories of learning that guide your teaching, learning platforms that you use. I mentioned Google Classroom earlier. Some persons may use Edmodo, right? Again, you need your photographs and your videos, right? I have your GP3. Teacher is committed to the children in his or her care. Again, you can personalize this, all right? For this, you will need sample of students' work, performance incentives or rewards given to students. For example, any gifts that you give them, any certificates that you award for top achievers, etc. You will need creative approaches that you use to teach your lesson, a log of your co-curricular activities. And it said here that co-curricular activities are activities that take place outside of the classroom, but are still tied to the curriculum. So for example, field trips that you will take as it relates to a specific subject area or topic in the subject area rather. Behavior modification techniques, lesson plans, and student register. GP4, teacher sharpens his or her professional skills. Here you'll need copies of your action research, certificates that you have received, any coursework that you have designed, the student or teacher interaction, and evidence of student-teacher interaction. Membership with a professional body, for example, JTA, if you have any subject-based association that you're a part of, yes. Professional development or seminars that you attend, the evidence of that, and a peer review. So you need to have a colleague visit your class and assess you, right? Each school should have a document that can facilitate that, or your department can devise one and you use it. Any publications that you have, any books that you have written, any YouTube channel that you have created with content. Remember, we're speaking about content for the subject area. Anything of the sort, yes, you can use it. Self-assessment instrument, and I have here a copy can be obtained online and modified accordingly, and checklist completed by your supervisor or observers. Moving to GP5, teacher interacts with parent and community. For this, you need evidence of communicating with parents and any community involvement, right? So anything that shows how you are involved in your community, that can work. Anything that shows how you're involved with your parents, telephone calls, WhatsApp messages, any letter sent to them, that can work as well. All right. And finally, GP6 says, conduct of teacher to uplift profession. Here we need copy of your appraisals and recommendations, any teaching award or recognition that you have received, any papers or presentation that you have delivered on teaching, and any service on teaching committees, any assistance that you may have provided to your colleagues, and any peer review that is done. And finally, student questionnaire will come in here again. Now, it is also important to note that separate and apart from the guiding principles, the teacher would need to show evidence of his or her resume, philosophy of education, etc. This can either be done on your home page along with a welcome address or a table of content, or you can add it in a separate page and call it introduction. The choice is yours. I will also be providing links to these videos in the description that JTC has created to assist with the e-portfolio. Also, I'll be doing a part 2 to this video to show you my e-portfolio and how I utilize Canva. Thank you very much for watching, and do hope that this assisted you greatly in creating your e-portfolio. Goodbye.